In this video, we're going to show you how to create visualizations in Tableau that can provide insights into student behaviour on a piece of technology. The video focuses on visualizing data from an activity log. In this case, the activity log was generated from Moodle, the open source VLE in use in many HE institutions. Keep in mind that a similar activity log could potentially be generated from any module within a VLE. Your first step is to open Tableau from where it is installed on your machine. The initial screen gives various options for importing data on a left-hand blue menu pane. Under To a File, select the second option, Text File, or choose Excel if your file is an Excel file. Navigate to the folder where your log file is stored and select it. This brings you to the main Tableau window. Just like Excel, tabs along the bottom left show different worksheets. The first, labelled Data Source, is the data itself. Other worksheets will define visualizations of that data. Before defining these visualizations, it's important that the data itself has been imported correctly. This typically means checking that Tableau is not confused between numbers, dates and text. You can see here that above the time column is ABC, as highlighted here in blue. This means that Tableau assumes the data type is text rather than a date and time. Click on the ABC above time and select date and time as the correct data type for this column. Now Tableau will automatically know how to calculate subtotals from this attribute, like monthly or weekly activity counts. Your next step is to create a visualization. Click on the second tab in the bottom left-hand corner, currently labelled Sheet 1. All attributes are listed on the left-hand side. The bottom half, labelled Measures, are attributes that are numbers. The top half, labelled Dimensions, include all other attributes. Both can be dragged over to rows or columns in the middle pane to generate a chart. In this first example, we're going to generate a chart to show students' most popular activities. Drag the column labelled Event Name over as a row, or drag the equivalent event attribute in your own log file. Then drag Number of Records over as a column. The bar's length represents the number of clicks on the corresponding activity. To see the data behind each bar, hover over the relevant part of the visualization. Sometimes counts from one activity can dominate a chart. For example, here you can see that Course Module Viewed dominates the visualization. This longest bar denotes clicks on the home page, which may not be useful information. Right-click on the Course Module Viewed bar and select Exclude to remove that activity from the chart. Do the same for the Course Viewed bar. The relative popularity of other events is now easier to see. Additional dimensions can be added to rows or columns in a chart. For example, suppose we want to see counts for each activity by month. Drag the Time attribute over to Row. As you can see, it defaults to Count by Year. To change this to Count by Month, click on the down arrow beside Year, Time and select Month. If the style of the chart changes, select the one you want from the options on the right-hand side under Show Me. The chart type highlighted in orange in the Show Me pane is Tableau's recommendation for your selected attributes. You might find other options more intuitive. Play around with the setup. For example, drag Month Time up to be a column rather than a row and see how that changes the chart. Like Excel, you can rename a visualization by right-clicking on the tab on the bottom left and selecting Rename. You can also change the title at the top of a chart by right-clicking on it and selecting Edit Title. You can create additional visualizations by clicking on the New Worksheet button along the bottom tabs. In this new worksheet, we're going to drag user full name as the row and number of records as the column. On the right-hand Show Me pane, change the chart type to Tree Map to see how it depicts counts for each student. Change the title and the name to Activity by User. Both the colour and size of each box depicts level of activity, with the most active users listed on the left. The text on each box is the username. One more step is needed in preparation for creating a dashboard. Drag User Full Name to the filter window. Select OK on the window that opens. Then click on the arrow that appears beside User Full Name to edit the filter. Select Apply to Worksheets and then select All using this data source. We'll see what this does in the next step. To create a dashboard showing multiple visualizations, click the New Dashboard tab on the bottom left. This will open a dashboard view. On the left-hand side of the dashboard view is a list of all the worksheets you've created so far. Simply drag any worksheet onto the middle panel and organise them as you wish. Be sure to include Activity by User.